Audio sound bites, a little bit of a demonstration of this. NPR, Thursday, the Leonard Lopate show. He spoke with a senior editor from The Atlantic, somebody named Derek Thompson, who has a book called Hitmakers, The Science of Popularity in the Age of Distraction. And Leonard Lopate, the host here at NPR, says, are political campaigns now just another form of entertainment? Kind of like hit production? Are political campaigns basically forms of media companies now?
You can think of the White House as a movie studio, with the president as its star and these PR people as the means of distributing the president's message. Politics is entertainment.
If we were following the logic of your argument, cable and the internet would have diminished the power of political commentators, but Rush Limbaugh, still very influential.
Incredibly influential. And you've seen the power shift over time from broadcast networks to cable networks and then to talk radio. Right now, I think we are truly seeing not only a president who sees himself as essentially a media company, but now a news ecosystem that sees itself as having to broadcast challenging messages against the White House. So, I mean, right now, I think that the theme of politics is entertainment has never been more true.
So, you see, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump and his election and his campaign had nothing to do with issues. Donald Trump, his presidency, his campaign, have nothing to do with ideas and substance and things having gone wrong in the country that people want fixed. No. It's all just PR now. It's all just a media show. And Trump is a fantastic entertainer. Where have I heard that analogy before? Oh, about me. I am alternately the leader of the Republican Party, and then I am nothing more than an entertainer, depending on the mindset of the left here. The idea that there is no substance to Trump, that there is nothing related to issues or policy, this is another example of how the left is trying to comfort itself and lie to itself by telling themselves that their ideas weren't rejected, they were just out-entertained. Trump he's a better entertainer than Hillary was, and it's a lament. This is so bad. This is what politics has become. This is so bad for America. It's just one giant entertainment show, and Trump's a better entertainer, and Limbaugh has more influence than we thought he would ever have. Limbaugh was supposed to have faded away by now, but instead, Limbaugh is more powerful than ever. This is not fair, and it's not right. That's the sum total of this soundbite. Because the NPR guy, you hear what he said? He said, well, if we were following the logic of your argument, cable and the internet would have diminished the power of political commentators. But Rush Limbaugh is still very influential. Incredibly influential, says the guest. And you've seen the power shift over time from the broad. I actually think these guys are a couple years behind what is going on and what has gone on. But I really do. I think both these guys have missed what's happening here by 2 years. But if I go over here, let me explain that later, because there's a transition I want to make here. Because there is a Forbes story featuring noted presidential historian Douglas Brinkley. And Brinkley's story is essentially how Trump is basically non-substantive, his office rock. Let me get the headline of this thing real quickly if I can, just because I only printed the last page because it's all it's got on, but now I realize I can't find it. Here we go. This is it. Nope. Is this right? Trump reviews top finance. It's a story. It's not about Brinkley. He's quoted. It's a political story about how Trump's White House is imploding, and it's based on Michael Flynn on his way out, to be followed by Bannon. Reince Priebus he's on the way out today. Reince Priebus is done. Bannon is going to be done because Trump's going to fire him because the media thinks Bannon's president, and Trump is just a placeholder. This is the way they're working it. In this story that's on the Politico, there's a quote from Douglas Brinkley, presidential historian, recently met with Trump, said the presidency had been off to the rockiest start I can remember, quote unquote. The Trump presidency, David Douglas Brinkley, is off to the rockiest start I can remember. And then he said this: everything Trump rolls out is done so badly. It reeks of being short-staffed and not having a true pecking order of production from the White House. They're just releasing comments, they're just releasing tweets, and they're just releasing policies willy-nilly. It's been a very convulsive and confusing first 2 weeks, but nevertheless, it's been salad days if you care about Republican policies. Well, bingo, there it is. So here we have over at NPR, Leonard Lopate and an author of books saying, there's no substance to Trump. Oh, no, it's purely entertainment now. Politics is the entertainment, and Trump's a better entertainer than Hillary. Trump's a better entertainer than Democrats have. And now when he's got Limbaugh on his side, they're doubling down on us, and we have no prayer. But then you come over here to Douglas Brinkley, and he says, if you care about Republican policies, the Trump administration has been salad days. Exactly, because it's filled with substance. There are issues and ideas. Donald Trump has rolled out more substance, or tried to, in the first 3 weeks of his presidency than you normally get in the first 6 months to 9 months of your average presidency. In fact, some people are saying, slow down. You're going too fast. You're trying to do too much. But over at NPR, that's just entertainment now. It's not even really substance and issues. So the left can't even come together on how it is they want to oppose Trump, other than to say he's mentally unstable. And how did that work out for him? And that was Hillary's number one campaign platform plank. Trump's unsuitable. Trump's not prepared. Trump's insane. Trump's mentally maladjusted. Trump is a lunatic. Trump is dangerously unhinged. We don't want him or his finger anywhere near the nuclear codes. They just keep recycling this stuff. And they don't realize that it is they who are devoid issues. It is they who are imploding. It is they who seem to have no key cohesive unity. And it is them that no matter what they do, they can't stop Trump. Yeah, you have to remember, folks, about the media. Most of them never got anywhere near a Trump rally. Most of them never watched one on TV or actually listened to one. So you who voted for Trump, who did hear everything he said, those of you who attended his rallies, you know what his issue-oriented agenda is. And you know that since even before he was inaugurated, he has begun to implement much of that agenda. So you're happy. As Brinkley said, salad days, if you like Republican policies. But the media, they didn't go. Those who were there didn't really pay any attention to it because they thought Trump never had a chance. This was just Looney Tunes. They went out there because they were obligated to, but they paid no attention to it. So everything Trump is doing, I'm not exaggerating. The Trump agenda is a shock to them. They didn't pay any attention to it. We know this. They gave the Trump campaign no serious chance whatsoever. They lied to themselves. They lied to Hillary. They lied via their polls. The media is as much as anybody responsible for the Democrat loss by creating this inevitability of a Hillary win in everybody's mind, and they didn't take Trump seriously. Here comes Trump. He gets elected. He starts implementing the agenda, and they're outraged. But yet anybody that paid the attention knew exactly what was coming, and it's come. It's on schedule. Some things are lagging, but I mean the implementation of the agenda is well underway, and the drive-bys are beside themselves. Don't know what to do, how to react to it.